Welcome back to Candy's Classic Game Shrine, everyone. As you may have noticed, things look a little different around me, and that is because I have moved in the last couple of months. That's why I really haven't been making videos, and things have just been a little chaotic in my life. Honestly, this entire year has been a little, to put it nicely. But with that said, as crappy as this year has been going, this past weekend at PRGE, it definitely helped recharge my soul. I've been feeling really down lately. I'm not going to bog you down with all my personal details, but I've suffered some pretty great losses this year. And being able to see my friends that I don't normally get to see, basically until this time of year, it was great. And I saw plenty of new faces, made new friends, which was crazy. I didn't think I'd be meeting the people I did this year, and didn't realize a lot of things, but I'll get into that. So let me check my handy dandy notebook here for all you Blue's Clues kids. So this past weekend, I was mentioning I was at PRGE. I was fortunate enough to get a VIP pass, which allowed me some access that other members do not get to experience. Basically, I get a little break room where everyone gets to take the pictures down at the, exhibitor floor, and some coffee and some water and things like that. But it was really who I was meeting in the VIP room that was kind of humbling, kind of mind-blowing, just kind of crazy. I ran into familiar faces, obviously Adam Korlick, Jesse Perez, the guy that owns the Hot Rod Dental Jaguar unit. That is just a thing on its own. We'll talk about that later too. But I ran into Gilly the kid, who gave an amazing Chinese food restaurant, and he was the only person that actually understood the assignment when my husband and I asked for an East Coast style Chinese food restaurant. And oh my gosh, if you're in Portland, the Golden Horse is definitely somewhere I would also recommend if you're looking for East Coast style Chinese food on the West Coast. But let's see. The other people that I was meeting in the VIP room was I was meeting up with Rob Steiner, who is a friend of Adam and I, who also works with Rex Viper and the folks over that way at Screenwave and Cinemassacre. And I ran into all of those folks at the VIP room, which was just kind of crazy. I got in on Friday at Portland Retro Gaming Expo, and I was there enjoying the free play arcade, meeting up with John Riggs and his family. I met up with G to the Next Level, and I saw Rex Viper perform live, which was really awesome. So to see them the following day in the VIP room and actually just chatting with them was kind of wild. Everyone was awesome, very down to earth, very kind. And something else about the VIP room, and honestly not just the VIP room, the whole con as a whole, there were so many people from New York and New Jersey. It just felt like I was at home for a minute, and it just felt so nice. I don't know. I guess most people won't understand the homesickness I feel for back east, but it kind of felt nice. Speaking of nice memories, Adam Korlick picked up this weird Master System from Brazil, and I was looking at the box of it, and there was this character called Monica, and it just flooded my mind with nostalgia because my grandma would always buy me her books and her stickers, and she'd somehow find a way to get me to see the cartoons because my dad and his family are from Brazil. So yeah, that was nice. Let's see. So getting out of the VIP room and into the convention center, there was Adam Korlick's panel about prototype consoles and prototype variations. He did it with Jesse and John Hancock and a member of his Discord, and he also dragged the Virtual Girl and me up there for a bit to talk about the Virtual Girl and a bit of its origin story like I did last year. Center, by the way. So I made it.
Actual virtual boy, by the way.
Oh
Just
yeah, there we go. There we go.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm gonna hold it on the non-stress point.
Yep, perfect, perfect. So basically, I'm like, you know what? I got some rattle can paint in my garage, and I need to put together my other virtual boy to make that work. Yes, I own 2, now 3, and it was a joke from then on. And then years later, I went to a convention in New Jersey, and I met this jerk here, and he ruined it with his signature along with Shane from Re-Res. And it pretty much took off from there, and I take it everywhere I go as far as gaming things go. I don't take it grocery shopping.
I do take it for the grocery shopping.
I could see you taking the
totally
grocery shopping. But yeah, no, it's pretty much been a hit with people since. It's fully functional. I always bring it with me. Yeah, I did have a date with the Pluto years ago.
Oh, they did.
So yeah, there she is. So it was nice to be brought up, and pretty crazy for people to recognize me, not gonna lie. I know people watch me, but I didn't realize how many people watch me, and more specifically, who watched me. You guys know who you are, and thank you. It's kind of trippy. When I make this content, it's almost like, oh my God, what are you doing wasting your time watching my crap? But I'm humbled, and thank you guys. Something really cool about the convention center was that my friend Jesse, who owns the Hot Rod Atari Jaguar dental unit, had a whole big display in the video game museum portion of the convention center, and he got to have it in action for the first time pretty much ever, and people were able to take pictures and just see how it worked. It was awesome to see him kind of get to gush about his passion little thing that he has, and me finally getting to see it in action after having it at my house so many times, after he's come to visit with Adam so many times. I'm really happy for him, and I hope it gets to take him far, because it's awesome that he uncovered it and that he's allowing people to see it and that he's worked so hard to get it working, and I hope the best for him. Let's do it, Jesse. Let's see, what else? Another thing that was part of it, John Hancock had his Lynx and Jaguar library / collection on display at the museum with Jesse's Jaguar dental unit. And along with that was the Coleco Chameleon, the infamous Coleco Chameleon. I never thought I'd actually get to see that thing in person, and there it was. It was interesting, but I'm glad that it's there and preserved, and that it can be something we can all look back at and laugh at for the most part. Let's see. The Blockbuster tournament was back this year, and it was so cool to see. I knew a few people that were competing in it, and it's always trippy to see Tim doing his typical NBA Jam voice in person, because it's a voice I grew up with, and there's the man standing there in front of me. But always fun to see him and Paul. Their chemistry together is just so funny. Something I forgot about the Atari Jaguar, and I guess the Lynx as well, in that museum display, there was also live kitties that you can go in and play with. And me and my husband totally took advantage of that and spent a good 20 minutes playing with the kittens. And I feel like every convention should have a room with kittens or puppies for people to decompress and kind of recharge their social battery, because that was perfect. And the money went to a good cause, and it helped the kitty cats. So win and a win. Let's see, what else do we have here? There was a massive controller, for those of you that are old enough to remember G4, the absolutely humongous NES controller that they had. Well, it was at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, and it was working, and we were all playing with it, and oh my gosh, I didn't realize just how large it was until I saw it in person. I didn't realize how freaking awesome it was until I saw it in person, and I didn't realize how hard it was to push those buttons until I tried that in person. So that was really awesome to see. I hope to see that around more. Hope it is rescued and found a safe place to be stored, because storing something as massive as that is not easy. Let's see, what else do we have here? Sorry guys, it's been a long weekend. Some of the things that I enjoyed as well, I forgot we had gotten dinner, Adam, Jesse, a bunch of Discord members of Adam's. We all got dinner on Saturday night at the Golden Horse Chinese restaurant, but on Friday night it was Adam, my husband, Jesse, his girlfriend, and a couple members of Adam's Discord, and John Hancock. We all went to this Moroccan place called Tangier in Portland, which was also really good. I would recommend. And it was funny. We kind of blew John Hancock's mind with, I guess, my husband and I's East Coast vibe, which was really funny. And my husband blew John's mind with his, I guess, for someone that's not from New York City and the part of New Jersey that I'm from, you would see that type of parallel parking as insane. But to us, it's just, you know, there's an open spot and I need to park. But basically, imagine the Austin Powers scene where he's trying to navigate through that tiny little corridor with that machine or that little luggage carrier. That was basically my husband trying to navigate in a spot that was literally the exact length of our vehicle. So yeah, that was funny to see John's reaction and the other people that were eating dinner with us's reaction to that nonsense. But it was awesome. We got to introduce John to some awesome Moroccan food. I got him hooked on mint tea with honey, which if you haven't tried it, it is super good. It was great to get to know everybody on a more personal level rather than, yeah, what's the latest video that you put out? It was very nice, and it makes everything more human, and you have much more respect and admiration for what everybody does and who everybody is. And I'm really grateful for what I was able to experience this weekend and the connections that I made, both through like business or friendships, and I hope they are for a long time, if not eternal. But with my gushing about my PRGE weekend over, let's get into my pickups from the PRGE weekend. So yeah, here are my goodies from the PRGE weekend. Figured I'd show you guys what the badge looked like. I thought it was really cool since it started on October 13th. They totally took advantage of it being a Friday and the whole Friday the 13th thing. But other than that, I picked up these 2 pins from G to the Next Level. He was walking around on Friday evening and he bumped into my husband and I, and we each grabbed a pin. Next up are the pins that we grabbed from Pink Gorilla. They brought back the old mascot, at least in pin form for now. And they have a new mascot, which is this cute little whale, who is just in pin form for now. But either way, well worth getting the new pins. They're adorable. Also got this pin from John Hancock when I was walking around. If you haven't realized, I love pins. But other than that, you'll notice this weird little like shot bottle thing. It's pickle salt. Adam Koralik doesn't like pickles, but I do, and he finds it very necessary to find me pickle flavored anything and give it to me. So this is the latest pickle flavored thing he's given me. I also got this from him, which is a Japanese copy of Mario's Tennis for Virtual Boy. I also got this special taffy, we'll say, from a friend. And I also got this from Adam Koralik, this Pokemon game for the Sega Bina. Yes, that's correct. A Sega system with Nintendo IPs on it, legally and licensed. So yeah, should be interesting, which helps me segue into the other pickup I got this weekend, but wasn't from PRGE. Those of you that have followed me on all of the social medias, Twitter, BlueSky, Facebook, Instagram, etc., you'll know that I've always wanted this console for pretty much as long as I've learned of its existence, and it's really hard to get, and I finally found one, and now I bought it and I'm waiting for it to ship. And for those of you that haven't guessed already, it is the Sega Pico Pikachu Edition. That is a tongue twister. That's why I just call it the Pico-Chew for short, because it's a missed opportunity to not call it that. But yeah, all right, that is that. Not much, but I'm happy with it. Well, that's it for this video, folks. Hope you all enjoyed. With that said, stay tuned for the next video where I show you what the new game room looks like. Take care, everyone.